Help! I'm here! Help! Much better. I suggest we leave quickly. You may have attracted some attention with your actions. Vidar, a Pict. I'd add at your service, but we both know that's not how this works. Not here, not now, not yet. I know the weirdness, and in these times, such knowledge is worth more than gold. That's why they captured me, and it's probably why I'm still alive. I overheard them say they're going to hand me over to some crow. Crow isn't a name, but a title. Crows belong to the children of Morrigan. I assume the one holding me was a hatchling. He would have been promoted to a fledgling if the handover succeeded. That's all I know. Can I go now? You've never seen a desecrated shrine of the All-Mother. Incredible. I thought the terror of the children had spread far by now. Morrigan is their goddess, where the All-Mother stands for love, care, and peace. Morrigan is her opposite, a patron of war, death, and destruction. If the All-Mother is the light, Morrigan is a shadow. You have no mercy. I tell you what I know. Let's not linger too long. Someone might notice your work. Every bandit on Avalon wants to join the Children of Morrigan. They control everything that happens in the shadows. Smuggling, politics, assassinations. They claim they're building a new world from the ashes of the old, under Morrigan's banner instead of the All-Mother's. That's probably why they're rounding up the Picts. I overheard them mention the ruins of Roscary. It's a tiny village, long abandoned. I suspect its people fled to the Horns of the South. But if you're thinking of ambushing the Crow, I beg you, don't. These are dangerous people, and I doubt a Crow would come alone. However, if we pretend you're the bandit supposed to deliver me... They didn't keep me in prison for nothing. I can defend myself. I just need my hands freed. I propose we meet near Roscary and deal with the Crow together. Thanks to you, I'm no longer their prisoner. But I fear for my brothers and sisters. If they don't get me, they'll just find 3 others like me, and the horror will continue. I cannot allow that. Excellent. We must remain vigilant. The children of Morrigan are formidable foes. Thanks to our union, Avalon will be a safer place. Oh, you're finally here, but our crows are not. I don't know what could have gone wrong. Maybe I misheard. Maybe I mixed up the names of the villagers. Oh no, they're here, aren't they? You won't get me. Over my dead body.
That can be arranged. However, it just so happens you're too valuable for us to simply kill you.
I'm not going with you. You won't take me alive.
Calm yourself, Vidar. You know exactly what you did, and why you'll cooperate with us willingly. Well done, hatchling, for bringing Vidar to us. Your efforts will not go unnoticed. Oh? Perhaps you'd like to learn just who you're risking your neck for. Vidar probably spun you some tale of being a harmless Pict, a scholar of the weirdness, captured by cruel bandits? So Vidar's a scourge to his own people. He's been hunting his own kin for years. He's the one driving the Picts from the region. If you support him and let him go, you may as well start hunting them yourself. The two of you can enjoy your genocidal romance together. And meanwhile, Avalon will lose the only force capable of fighting the horrors of the weirdness. Frankly, it's quite reckless.
The only ones I killed are children of Morrigan. Yes, some of them were Picts. But once you swear yourself to that wretched order, you stop being human. That's why they lured me here, don't you see? I've slain those who murdered my kin, not the other way around.
Ah, so this is the bedtime story you tell yourself so you can sleep at night. How quaint. I only kill the wicked. I only hunt the guilty. Sure. Tell me, Vidar, when did you start deciding who still counts as human? That sounds worse than anything the children of Morrigan ever did. Oh, nothing terrible. Since he's been thinning out his own tribe, those best versed in the weirdness, we'll use him as a bargaining chip. We'll hand him over to his kin and let them decide his fate. In return, we hope to gain a scholar of the weirdness willing to work with us of his own free will. It's not a bad solution, wouldn't you agree? Believe me, we don't have to be enemies. In fact, we can help each other. The children of Morrigan are dedicated to Avalon's well-being. Naturally, we operate from the shadows. We've long realized that working that way yields better results than marching under Camelot's banner in broad daylight. That's our purpose. Securing resources like scholars of the weirdness, guiding those in power to serve the people's needs. And we need more wise souls to join our cause. So, are you interested in joining our organization? Ready to take on the mission of restoring Avalon? All it'll cost you is leaving Vidar in our care. Undoubtedly. Yet sometimes in life you have to take what one would call a leap of faith. I trusted you to make the right choice. Now you'll have to trust me, because I already told you more than I should have. Very wise. Edgar, please take our guest to a safe place. I'm pleased you're with us, hatchling. This is Luth, your new superior. From now on, he'll be assigning the tasks you need to complete the rise within our ranks. If you do well, we'll meet again soon. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must tend to our Pictish guest.
From this moment on, you are mine. So listen well. The place we're taking over has some vermin holed up. Nasty types. The kind you don't waste any time talking to. They need to be dealt with before we move in. And I've got no interest in handling that job myself. Also, if you find anything interesting, bring it back. You'll take care of it for me, won't you, Birdie? Ah, yes. I suppose you deserve some kind of introduction. But know that very few are afforded such a luxury. Most people would call us enemies of what they think is good. But I believe the world requires balance. In balance, nothing is purely good or evil. It just is. Depends on the bandits. When a group is simply trying to survive, our goals often align. Yes, we sometimes form alliances, But if they're just thugs running villages for fun, then naturally we don't support that. We remove their leaders if we think the band could be set on the right path. True, some of our recruits started out as ordinary bandits, but thanks to us, they have the chance to achieve much more. Maintaining order and safety, naturally. You might compare us to a night watch. We use any methods we deem necessary to reach our goals. She's our goddess, patron of the capital in the far north. You may know her as the goddess of destruction, death, and war, but we see her differently. To us, she's the patron of change, a promise of new beginnings. To build something new, one must first clear away the old. No death without life, no life without death, as Morrigan teaches, and I agree. Morrigan is a goddess of death, yes, but that doesn't mean she seeks immediate destruction. Believe me, the more wicked the soul, the more eagerly Morrigan welcomes them. She has no interest in claiming the life of, say, a child. That's all I can tell you, Birdie. The rest, you'll have to discover on your own. For now, you're serving me. You're answering to me. Forget the nonsense about cults and sacrifices to the goddess of death. Those are just stories peasants tell themselves to explain why bad things happen. In reality, it's nothing like that. So, for now, just focus on your orders. Off you go, Birdie.
What's that noise? Well, mate!
You're back. How are things going? Looks like the little bird is starting to grow its feathers. Let me take a look at that. Interesting. So, in the Horns of the South, there's still a guy named Hrolf. He's not the sharpest, but he thinks outside the box. With the right push, he could be useful to us. He'll never be a child, but the role of a mole would suit him just fine. Have a chat with him. Drop a hint here and there. Plant the seed. We'll handle the rest later. His brother was one of us. A few times he mentioned his twin, the Keeper. Reg always laughed about how different they were. However, it turns out that Hrolf hasn't been so polite either. Reg is dead now, but some part of him might still be useful to us. I wasn't sure if Hrolf was still alive, but the journal confirmed that he is. Knowledge is power, or something like that. We've always had trouble infiltrating what goes on inside the keep. Now, given the turmoil that prevails in the south, it would be good to be a few moves ahead of the rest.
What are you up to? A test? And you know Reg? He's alive? That's a lot to take in. So, you two are secret society colleagues, doing some weird secret society morbid stuff together. What can I say to that? Of course I'll serve you. You're working with my twin, and you're actually trying to change something in this ill world. I'd gladly be your informant. Oh, and of course, the first rule. I'll shut my mouth right now.
You're back, and something tells me that the matter has been handled. Excellent. Eager to get to work, aren't you? There's a boy, name of Abram. He fell in with the children a while back. I want you to personally see if he fits in with our lovely flock. If you decide that he doesn't, well, make sure he vanishes. For good. You understand? Perfect. Fly off and have a chat with our young friend. Not at the moment, but we're not sure if the boy will crack under pressure, or worse. Let's just say, he's given us a few reasons to wonder if we rushed into accepting him. When you're done, either ask him or search what's left of him. Unfortunately, he knows about our next meeting spot.
Hey, are you with the guild too? I'm waiting on someone from the guild. You know which guild. And if you don't know, well, I might just have to kill you. Ha! I knew it! I just knew you were with the children. Are you here to give me my assignment? Luth said someone would be coming soon with my first task. My first task! I can't wait! Yeah, that's me. Edgar's brother. You've heard of him, right? He's already a fledgling. He's the one who convinced me to join the guild, and I can't wait to get started. He told me the first tasks aren't too bad. You know, delivering messages, eavesdropping, that kind of thing. And I really hope so, because, to be honest, I get a little queasy at the sight of blood. But I'm sure I'll toughen up soon enough. So, do you have a task for me? My brother always says I speak without thinking, and one day it's going to get me killed. But that's just who I am, you know? When I'm excited about something, I can't hold it in, or it feels like I'll burst. I never really thought about it, to be honest. I guess I was a little jealous of my brother. He's doing so well. He's got food in his belly, decent clothes, and people actually respect him. These days, that's about as good as it gets. That's why I want to join. But wait, I'm waiting for my task. I have to prove myself. I want to be a child of Morrigan. Please, give me a chance. So, that's how it is. My brother warned me this might not be the right job for me, but I insisted, you know? I wanted to be just like him. But know this, I won't back down. I'll die trying to take you down. Maybe then I'll prove my worth. We don't need to anymore. You've finished your task. The real test was to see if your heart was too soft. We need people who follow orders, not those who put random strangers ahead of the commander's word. Loyalty is everything to the children of Morrigan. There's no need for more fighting. And you don't seriously think we encourage pointless killing, do you? You've followed your orders and proved yourself to Luth. The game's over, and now we can go our separate ways. He'll be waiting for you near Morrigan's Hollow. Here, I'll mark it on your map. May Morrigan's wings shield you from enemy eyes.
It takes more than just ambition to fly. You've got what it takes. You've surprised me, Birdie. And, as it seems, not just me. Self will be waiting for you inside. From now on, you answer to them. Congratulations and good luck. So it seems. You're climbing up, Birdie. Truly impressive. Even I didn't gain favor so quickly. But I trust Self. If the crows see something in you, they are right about it. We call it the Morrigan's Hollow, our dwelling in Kunot. The passage only opens for those who carry the sigil I gave you. You'll be able to stock up on supplies, rest, or hide if things get too heated outside. That doesn't happen. Crow sigils know their owner. If they end up in the wrong hands, they turn into worthless stone. Nothing that can help you. You managed well with me. Perhaps you'll manage just as well from here on. I have no tales to share, Birdie. I'm absolutely uninteresting. But I'm touched that you asked. Really. Alright, enough chatter. Don't keep self waiting too long. From what I hear, there's some plans for you. Break a wing and take care. I like you. Don't ruin that.
There you are, my little hatchling. I hear you've been working hard. That makes me glad. I had a good feeling about you, and I do love being proven right. Why not? If a name defines us, then I am all I need to be. Does there always need to be a story? My name is my own. That's all there is to it. No. Eager, aren't you? Just don't let that eagerness turn into recklessness. Some children get a little too fond of blood, and then we have to clip their wings. I do have another task, but I'm afraid it's not a job I can give to a mere hatchling. I know you can. You've shown that you're ruthless, driven, and cunning when it counts. It would insult both you and Morrigan to keep treating you like a chick begging for worms. No, it's time you took flight. Congratulations. From now on, you're a fledgling. Make us proud. First, from now on, you answer only to me and the other crows. Any hatchlings we send your way are yours to command. If you decide they're not fit for the guild, it's up to you to take care of them. As for your tasks, how you handle them is your business. I don't care about the methods, only the results. The rest, we'll see how you do. It is. I'm glad you understand that. Most hatchlings don't live to see this day. Your next assignment is of utmost importance to all the children of Morrigan. That includes you now, so I trust you'll approach it with even greater diligence than any task you've been given so far. A while ago, we lost contact with one of the seers. What makes this even more troubling is that he was in possession of the head of Morrigan. I doubt he's still alive, so I need you to find his body and, most importantly, recover the head of Morrigan. And of course, eliminate anyone who dared to touch it. A severed head. Preserved, of course. It is hundreds of years old, after all. In a way, according to the seers, it belonged to one of the Morrigan's avatars, a human she deemed worthy to serve as her vessel for a time. When the vessel's purpose was fulfilled, Morrigan commanded the children to sever its head so it could forever serve her clerics in spreading her will. Now you see why it must be treated with the utmost care and respect. You'd have to ask the seers about that, though it's not likely they'd tell you. They keep their secrets closely guarded and only speak to the crows. But who knows? Morrigan willing, you may one day have the chance to pester them with your questions. I, for one, am looking forward to it. See that you do. I've marked the seer's last known location on your map. Oh, and if he really is dead, there's likely to be a complication. You see, the seers are very protective of their secrets, even after death. His corpse will probably be guarded by a banshee. And banshees don't distinguish between friend and foe. But I'm confident you'll manage. Now go. May Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes. The clerics of Morrigan. They are the most devoted among the children and the ones closest to her. Their role is to ensure that our actions align with Morrigan's will. Without the seers, we'd be nothing more than a band of murderers, killing indiscriminately for no purpose. That's not who the children are, and it's not who we can ever become. Thank you. I'll take it to the seers so they can finally stop panicking. You've done well. I'm glad you had decided to become one of us. Killing you would have been such a terrible waste. Now your next task will be a bit different. It will require a certain level of discretion on your part. I didn't say that. Although, this time, that would be the preferable outcome, yes. There's a hatchling who was entrusted with a rather delicate mission. His name is Vin. We sent him to Connacht to get close to Legate Denholm. The problem is, he stopped sending reports, even though we know for certain he's still alive. Let's just say Vin is uniquely suited to the job. The poor boy needs a father figure in his life. And Denholm, well, he has his own regretful past. You'll have an occasion to help build a happy family. A rather inspiring task, don't you think? No. Vin must continue his mission. You see, Legate Denholm is a strong candidate for becoming a Knight of the Round Table. But he has his own mundane concerns. He regrets not having an heir to carry on his name. He regrets quite a lot, as you'll discover. Vin was supposed to position himself as the son Denholm always wanted. The son he could still have, provided he formally adopts one. We want this to happen, and it is your responsibility to ensure that it does. See that it is. I'm counting on you. Go, fly to Connacht, and may Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
Sorry, I've got no time for chatting. I'm handling something important for Legate Denholm. You're with the children. Shit! Fuck! Listen, please don't kill me. I can explain. I've been working on it, I swear. Things were going smoothly, but there's a problem. I think Legate Denholm might actually be my father. I caught him giving me this strange look once, so I asked if something was wrong. He said he used to have a son but lost him young. Said the kid would be at my age now. So I asked how it happened, and Denholm told me. The weirdness got them. Swallowed their entire village. I wasn't with them. And that's exactly what happened to me. Except I survived because my mum told me to run before the weirdness came. I was 6. I don't remember much. Just my mum looking terrified and telling me to run to the town. promising she'd be right behind me. I ran until my legs gave out. Stopped only when I reached the gates. That's when I realized she'd lied. She never followed me. I spent years on the streets after that, until the children found me. But it all lines up. Denholm's local, just like me. If I could remember where my village was, I bet we'd find something to prove it. But it is. I swore to myself that if I ever found that bastard, I'd kill him. I don't even remember having a father. It was always just me and Mum. He probably got what he wanted from her and left. Fine. Maybe he didn't. But he still wasn't there when she needed him the most. And now the children say he's a candidate for a knight. What a joke! What kind of knight abandons his son and the mother of his child to be killed by weird beasts? He doesn't deserve any of it. Of course not. What could he even say? Sorry wouldn't cut it. And that's only if he regrets anything. Honestly, I don't think I could talk to him without wanting to kill him. And shit. I really wanted to succeed in this mission. The children gave me a home after he left us with nothing. But if it's really him, I can't go into this blind. Not knowing would eat me alive. You do that, and you tell me the truth, no matter what it is. Fair enough. Well, at least you haven't killed me. Thanks. Really. This means a lot.
They thought it might be easier for me to connect with the locals, since, technically, I'm one of them. I used to live in a village nearby, but the weirdness swallowed it up, along with my wife and son. I wasn't there. I was busy trying to make a name for myself in the army. I rarely came home. I kept telling myself that once I'd earned a decent position, we'd start a new life in Camelot. My son, he barely knew me, but you know how it is. I thought there'd be more time, that there'd always be a future for us. Well, I was wrong. I wasn't even there to bury them. By the time I found out, it was too late. My friends told me they buried them in a crypt near the town. I haven't even had the chance to visit since I got here. Not that I could. After the weirdness and the Red Death swept through the village, I've heard horrible stories of what happened to the people who decided to stay. You would do that. Thank you. I wasn't expecting this. But I'll try to prepare a reward for you if you manage to do this. The crypt was locked down after the outbreak, but being Camelot's legate has its perks. Here are the keys that will open the entrance. I'll await your return.
You're back. You know something, don't you? I bloody knew it! That bastard! He's going to pay for what he's done. Thank you. And tell Self I'm sorry.
You better step it up. You... what? Why? And you think... what? That my son might still be alive? I don't know whether to thank you or run you through for meddling with my family's grave. But if what you're saying is true, then there might still be hope. And maybe you're not wrong. You've given me a lot to think about.
So he is. When you join the Children of Morrigan, we become your only family. The only grudges worth pursuing are ours. Vin forgot that. It's a bit of a setback, but perhaps it's for the best. We can't afford to have such forgetful people in our ranks. What's done is done. I won't hold it against you. Much. But enough of this. I must say, my fledgling, you've surpassed my expectations. So much so that I believe it's time for the next step of your fledging. I want you to make your way to the Forlorn Swords. High in the mountains there, you'll find a very particular nest. All you need to do is fall asleep. Well, that's for you to find out, isn't it? I can't tell you more than that. Both. Yes. Don't worry. We will see each other again. Now fly, my fledgling. Sweet dreams.
You are so beautiful, so full of talent. I really understand why Self decided that your life should take a turn.
Yes, you're quite appetizing, but you're not here for compliments. Who are we, dear Sympathy?
Who are we, dear trickster?
No one's special. Bit like you, guest.
Don't say that. We have meaning, after all. Once, we were crows. My companion walked the path of self. I followed the path of war. I thought I was destined to serve as a priest in the name of Bad.
Plans change.
Plans do change, indeed.
Incredible. You won't see Self in action. No one ever does. Self is that good.
Stop it. I'm getting jealous. The High Priest of Bad, one of the most distinguished to ever hold the title. He taught me many things, including that a child of Morrigan can exist without a body. Thanks to his teachings, Trickster and I were able to survive.
You give him far too much credit. We botched the task entrusted to us.
But we also showed creativity. We transferred our essence to this place.
Morrigan decided we were quite the spectacle. She allowed us to continue existing, but only here.
Without a physical, tangible form, we observed the outside world through the many pairs of crow eyes it offers us.
In the House of Madness.
Stop saying such nonsense, Trickster. This is a place, dear fledgling, that was once home to Morrigan herself. She let in a little light and allowed us to dwell here. Since then, we've taken to hosting talented fledglings, or Morrigan's favorites. Those who, for some reason, were meant to find their way into the void.
Favourites? Makes you wonder why war hasn't visited us in so long. You'll shed unnecessary baggage.
A bond that needs to be severed.
In other words, you'll butcher someone. Or be the butchered one.
Don't worry, I think you'll manage. Luth is probably eager to meet you too. He's surely full of pride.
Yes. We've kept him here quite long enough. He might be getting bored.
Only if our guest has no more questions.
Did you know that young cuckoos sometimes push other chicks out of the nest? For a moment, you'll become just like that cuckoo.
This will help you grow up a little. Oh dear. I think even Luth would be disappointed. He was expecting an exciting fight.
Me too.
Yes, a fight.
Finally, something interesting.
I'll keep my wings crossed.
So you've returned. Did you have a nice nap? Was the company to your liking? I'm glad to see you're fitting in so well, even among our most unique company. I personally am very fond of Sympathy and Trickster. There's something admirable in the way they cling to existence. Sometimes I wonder if they do it purely out of spite. I hated every second of it. Sympathy and Trickster are an acquired taste, to be sure, but they serve as a lesson in what it truly means to be a child of Morrigan. Even in failure, even in death, we can still have our uses. Me? Not as such. What I do have for you is a meeting. Perhaps the most important one of your life. You are to meet with War, the High Priest of Bard. The rest will be in his hands. The rest will be in his hands, and most importantly, in yours. That is all I can tell you. Now go, my fledgling. And may Morrigan's wings shield you from enemy eyes.
Welcome, child of Morrigan. Now you stand before her presence, ready to receive the highest honor. I went by that name once, yes. Now, you see me as the embodiment of war. One of the three holy aspects of the goddess Morrigan. Ask your questions, child, before the time comes to fulfill our goddess's will. You stand before the goddess of war, death, and destruction, and you're surprised that I used deception to test your dedication. I thought your time with the children would have taught you that the ends justify the means. My purpose has always been to recruit only the most worthy followers. Then you would have proven they were unworthy. If a hatchling could overcome a crow and its fledglings, then they weren't fit to serve Morrigan. You would have purged all ranks, and I would have found new devotees. It wouldn't be the first time a high priest took such measures. What do you take me for, child? A mercenary commander. Serving Morrigan is no common duty. It's a calling you feel, or don't. And only the most faithful may stand before Morrigan's presence. Your actions are meaningless if the Corax hasn't revealed itself to you. The Corax is Morrigan's herald, a promise of liberation. The Corax's appearance is a sign that it's time for the children to step from the shadows and declare their dominion over Avalon. And I know the Corax favors you most often. Such is Morrigan's will. Precisely. For too long, we've lurked in the shadows, preventing Morrigan from claiming her rightful throne among the gods. We've ruled Avalon for centuries, guiding its fate according to our goddess's will. So why shouldn't we openly claim what's already ours? Imagine it, child. All united under Morrigan's banner. A supreme goddess who cares for her followers, unlike the absent All-Mother. We'll bring peace on all terms, with Morrigan's blessing. Indeed, I have faith, but no certainty. And since it's you who has the honor of witnessing the Corax, I'll send you as an emissary before our goddess. It seems she has chosen you for this communion, and I humbly accept her will. Find out what our goddess requires of us, and I will ensure her will becomes law. I've seen it in a vision. The nest. Where your meeting will take place. Listen well, for her words are sacred, and return swiftly to bring me her will. May Morrigan's wings shield you from prying eyes.
I called, and here he is. The king, torn to shreds, pieced back together. I know you well, Arthur. You play with me, slip through my grasp. I close my claws around you and clutch at nothing. You cling to life. It amuses me. But in the end, you will lose, like all the rest. Sooner or later, you will be mine. Decide. The paths of self. Whispers in the shadows. Wings gliding silently on the wind. Crow eyes. Watching. Patient. Or the path of war. The wild screech. An open assault. Beaks and claws. Blood. You ask a crow what it prefers. Warm blood or cold carrion. The crow feeds on what fate delivers. All will fall into my claws when the time comes. They die by your hand. Their paths cannot merge, like day and night, like breath and scream. One must yield to the other. So be it. Walk the path of silence. The wind will carry your whispers. The enemy will not see you. War will not sense your blade. Bury it deep in his back.
Speak. What is the will of the goddess? What is this? You dare lie to the High Priest to fulfill Self's traitorous will? I see through you. You blaspheme. For Morrigan's will has always been to seize dominion over the world, and I cannot be mistaken in interpreting her signs. That is true. I never thought of it that way. Are you saying that I am the blasphemer, bringing the children into the light? How could have I been so wrong? But grant me one thing. Let me die fighting. Let your spilled blood pay for my sin.
Did you hear something?
You did splendidly, my crow. Tell me, did you truly speak with Morrigan? That's surprisingly reassuring, I must admit. Honestly, I thought Morrigan was more of a myth than an actual goddess guiding us. I'm almost envious, Crow. I can't recall anyone in the history of the children who's spoken with a goddess face to face. I will guide the children of Morrigan in the way we've always known. In the shadows that protect us. In the shadows, we are safe. We can focus on what truly matters. Building security and creating stability in these chaotic, unpredictable times. And I suggest you do the same. Act with wisdom and prudence in your decisions, so that you may forever remain a child of Morrigan. And remember, you'll always have a place here from now on. May Morrigan's wings forever shield us from prying eyes. Somehow, that sounds truer now.
You will shape the world to become its witness. Then the idea shall develop, its shape intact, its path redirected. You entrusted Arthur's soul to the child of Morrigan, and Avalon was reborn under a rule of absolute control. Some called it salvation, others tyranny, but none could deny that, for better or worse, the realm no longer wavered.